So let's put them together. Let's figure out parallel slopes and perpendicular slopes, or neither. Let's figure out what's what. So it says the slopes of two lines are given. Determine, are they parallel, are they perpendicular, or are they neither? Okay, so look, here's our first one. That's 1 over 4. But look at this guy. Can't we reduce that? Can't we divide the top and the bottom by 3? And if we do that, that gives me 1 over 4. So these two slopes are in fact the same. What does that tell you? Well, that tells you that slope of 1 is parallel to slope of line 2. That's how it works. Easy peasy. Let's look at B then. Now, look at this one. This one says 5/7. This one says 7/10. So, wait. We can divide this by 2 and divide that by 2. That gives us 7 over 5. And if you look, this is reciprocal, but is it a negative? No, it's not. It's not negative of each other. If there was a negative up front here like this, then they would be perpendicular. So these guys, in fact, are neither. They're neither parallel or perpendicular. They're just two different lines. That's it. So you see how it works? Let's keep on going. Let's try another question here on the next page. Okay, it says consider line segment AC with a slope of 3/4. Write the slope of a line segment GH which is parallel to AC. Well, I can do that. Slope of GH has to be the same. So this is going to be 3 over 4. Now it says write a slope of line segment BF which is now perpendicular. Okay, so the slope of BF has to be perpendicular, which means we have to take the negative reciprocal of this slope. But I know every question I've done so far has been positive into negative. What would happen if I change this now to be a question of -5 over 7? Could you tell me same thing, a parallel slope to this? Sure, a parallel slope to this would be -5 over 7. But what would a perpendicular slope of this look like? Well, you would have to take the reciprocal, 7 over 5, and don't forget, change the sign. This would now be positive. You see how it works? Pretty straightforward. So with that idea, let's look at this question down here. Okay, so the slopes of the two line segments are given. Determine if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither again. Same kind of idea. Look at this. This is 2/5. That looks like it's in its most reduced form. This is 8 over 20. So obviously they're both divisible by 4. 8 divisible by 4 gives you 2. 20 divisible by 4 gives you 5. And look, lo and behold, these guys are parallel because they are the same. Looking at this guy now. Look at this. 3 compared to that. Well, yes, it's flipped. And yes, it's negative. So these guys are in fact perpendicular. And if you're not sure, multiply the two slopes out. Just multiply. There's 3 over 2 times -2 over 3. And if you multiply them out, you get -6 over 6, which is -1, which means perpendicular. Now, let's look at the last one. Look at this one. This as well. Divide that. Oh, that's in simplest form. You can't divide that. How about this one? Divide that by 2, divide that by 2, and look what you get. You got 1/6. 1/6 equals to this guy, which is also 1/6. These guys are in fact parallel with each other. So the next podcast I want to look at is I want to actually put this into even more practical applications. So stay tuned.